Hey everyone, so today we're going to be looking at how to master the Erne. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so first things first is we need to get used to the foot movement of the Erne. So we're not actually going to hit any balls yet, we're just going to get used to the foot pattern because we want it to basically become muscle memory for us so that we can just react to balls and just hit them, you know, whenever we see one coming over. So if you just scooch a little bit and I'm going to show you the foot pattern, okay? So for this side when I'm hitting the Erne, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pushing off this leg, hopping off this one over. Okay, so I want you to shadow a few of these after. So as soon as I see that ball come into this zone right here, all I'm going to do is push off this outside leg so that I can transfer the weight onto this one and use that to hop over basically. Okay, so I push off and I hop. Okay, so it's just like one motion basically. So it's fluid. So I'm going here and I'm hopping over and hitting at the same time. So I just want you to shadow a few of those and get used to that movement.
It's actually interesting because I always thought it was just a hard jump here, like that. But you were actually jumping on your left foot. So here. Wait, that's so much easier.
I told you.
Wait, what?
So
it's this leg.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah. It's a little cheat code.
Wow.
So, and the more you transfer off this outside leg, the easier that jump will be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Woo!
So that should feel even easier.
Yeah.
So you transfer and then you go.
Yeah.
Okay? So just do a couple of those and you want to get loads of repetitions in on this because you want it to become muscle memory so that you can just react and do this just naturally. You don't want to be thinking about what I'm doing with my feet whilst you're hitting the shot. You want it to just be natural. Perfect. Okay, so just get used to that movement. And you know, if you're a little bit further over because you're just taking a ball over here, you may have to shuffle first and then go into that sequence.
Okay.
So I could take a ball here and then I go. Okay? Yeah, good. And then once you get some pace behind it, you know, you'll be able to jump even further and even faster, You'll be like Superman. Okay, so what we used to do is get loads of repetitions in of doing that. And then on the other side, it would be exactly the same, but we'd be going off this foot basically. But just for now, we're just gonna look at this side real quick, okay? So now that we've got the movement down, now we're gonna look at 3 different ways that we can anticipate the Erne basically. Okay, so let's grab some balls and let's get into this. So this is the first anticipation of the Erne that we're looking at. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be dinking with Ed, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to target his right foot over there and get one that's going to be a little bit behind him, and as soon as I see his head turn and his paddle face open up a little bit, that's when I know that I can go for the Erne because he won't be able to bring it back across his body. Okay, and the way that I can open that up is just by moving my dinks around from one side to the other and pushing him a little bit further one way. Okay, so go ahead.
There we go.
So we're just dinking for now. Okay, so what you could see there was once I poke it that way, I saw Ed's head turn a little bit and he opened up, and from here, he's not going to bring it back across. There's only one direction to go, which is straight down the line. So I just held that one. So another kind of factor as well is if he's stretched really far, he's also not going to bring it back across his body. So let's do one more of these. There we go. So that's the first anticipation on the Erne, is just me dinking around, waiting for him to turn his head and open up that paddle face, or if he's stretched out a little bit as well. Okay, so now let's take a look at the second one. Okay, so this one will be in a doubles format. Okay, so basically what we want here is, if we can imagine that there's 2 players playing on the court on the other side. Ed, I want you to go on that far side there. So this is a double situation where we're dinking, and that left side player is going to take a lot more balls, right? Okay, so if he has a ball that he has over here and he takes, pretty much majority of the time he's going to dink it straight over here where we can anticipate that and take the Erne. So basically the thing we're looking for is if they cross this line and take the dink, they're going over there pretty much the majority of the time. So as soon as you see this left side player have their foot cross the line and take this ball here as a dink, they're probably going to go to that corner where you can Erne the ball, okay? So what I want you to do is just imagine, you know, we've got another player here basically,
yeah.
And I want you to kind of take one of those middle balls, and then I'll basically Erne it. So
okay.
we can just imagine that there's a second player there, but Ed will just be stepping across, and once his foot goes across that line, that's when I know that he's probably going to go into this corner over here.
This is my partner.
There we go. I'll take it easy on the partner.
He's easily a 5-0.
All right, so we'll be dinking, and I'll give you one kind of down the middle, and you should take it into that zone over there. Okay? There you go. Just come across.
Woo!
There we go. So as soon as I see his foot cross that line, I know that he's just going to push it into this corner here where I can anticipate and take that Erne. All right, let's see. Just wait for that ball as well. That's the one there. And the reason why is because when he's coming across, his motion's going this way, so it's easiest for him to just push it across rather than carry his motion over here and then change direction and go back the other way. So 99% of the time, he's going to go over there and just anticipate that Erne in that corner over there, okay? So the third one that we're going to look at is going to be the drop, okay? So if Ed's in the corner back here, so if Ed is dropping from back here, his favourite place to drop is going to be right in my Erne zone, right over there. So anytime you have a player back here and they're hitting a drop, you should be anticipating that it's going to go in that zone over there. Okay, so me and Ed are rallying, and if I see him drop, I know straight away that his favourite zone to drop to is going to be here because there's the largest amount of arc, and this is the easiest place for him to drop to. So the moment I see him drop and I see the ball starting to come over, I can just anticipate that Erne straight away. So just anticipating it, waiting for that ball, shuffling, and we go. So I actually quite like to return a lot of my balls into that corner so that I can pre-anticipate that Erne. Good. Good. All right, so let's do one actually where it kind of looks like a game scenario basically.
Okay.
So I want you to serve me a ball, and then I'm going to return it, come up, and show you what it would look like in a game situation basically. So return to the corner, and then we go. Okay? So let's do a couple more
Clinical.
of those. So all I'm doing is just returning to that corner over there where he has to push his third shot drop right into my zone. Or in the net, that works. Right in the corner. There we go. So we'll do one more of those. So this is just a great pattern of play that you can add into your doubles games to get those Ernes going off the third shot. Oh! All right, one more. Okay, so there's just 3 ways there that you can anticipate the Erne, and also just get used to that sequence with the footwork as well. That's one of the key parts in developing that muscle memory. So thanks everyone for coming, and stay tuned for some more videos.